downfall for us is we keep our generator up there. So I have to unhook for boondocking to get the generator out of the truck.
As of right now.
It's going to change.
Yeah, it's going to change.
I have a plan. Made it to Canada. Walmart's the first stop. I'm filming on the phone because the battery's dead and we can't get to our cases, so restocking on groceries.
Yes, I need.
Found what we need.
Enough to get us at least to the border again, to Alaska.
Yeah, we're hoping to do some boondocking on the way up and ideally avoid parks and just do boondocking or dry camping. Minimal fees, save some money.
Yeah.
Make use of the generator.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
He's so confused why we left him in here. Poor guy.
What do you think? Are you happy to be in Canada? Yeah? We're just outside of Cache Creek, British Columbia. A couple 100 miles in, time for a break.
Gotta stretch our legs. Let the kid stretch his legs. Are you happy? Are you so happy? Ooh, come back here.
Yeah. So far this drive is absolutely amazing.
Stunning. This drive is stunning. Quarter tank, right? Yeah, we're down to a quarter tank and we gotta fill up, and this is our first fill up in Canada.
Yeah, we're getting about 9.5 miles a gallon right now.
Ouch. Hey, how many liters does it take to fill us?
We were at about a quarter tank and we were just guessing, roughly guessing.
Because we had a prepay.
Yeah, we have a 26 gallon tank. I was banking on using our TSD logistics card because it does work in Canada. Maybe it just doesn't work here. We'll try it somewhere else. You don't get any discount up here, but it just makes it easier at the truck stops. So we had to prepay, so we had to convert our 26 gallon tank and then go into liters and figure out how much we needed.
How many liters we thought we needed, and
Jessica got it right on the head.
How much to spend.
So, right on the dot.
Look at that.
180 Canadian.
I knew I was good at math. Well, I think we've hit all the weather on this trip today. We finally just got out of a pouring rainstorm and it was lightning and the roads were super wet. So we just kind of slowed down, took it easy for a little bit, and now all of a sudden we are driving towards clear skies again. So I'll take it. Yep, I'll take it.
I'm excited. Not mad. It's so much easier to drive with sunlight.
Yeah, it is. We're taking more frequent stops now, just to stretch our legs, move, let the dog out, use the restroom. We've been driving a long time today. It's been, gosh, almost 12 hours today? Probably like 10.
Yeah.
It's been about 10 hours for us today. And we're really, really trying to get to Prince George before we end up stopping. But according to our GPS, we still have 3 hours until we hit that. I don't know if that's going to happen today. We're just going to go until we feel like stopping.
We made it to Prince George, British Columbia. It is been a long day, about 500 miles or more, 12 hours in the truck, a lot of towing. a lot of driving, but the scenic views make it go by super quick. This is our first night boondocking ever. We got the generator going, getting the batteries recharged, doing some cooking, and they are not lying. Well, the mosquitoes are absolutely horrendous up here though. I think that's going to be the only downside to this trip is the mosquitoes. We found at one of these town's visitor centers, and they are everywhere, dump station, and it's actually free pot of water, free dump station, the whole 9 yards. It's really nice. Weren't really sure what we were going to expect as far as dump station goes. I know this is our first time boondocking and using these services, but so far, thumbs up. After our first successful night boondocking, we continued our journey up the Stewart-Cassiar Highway to our next destination for the night, where we had our first sighting of a grizzly bear.
Look at this! It's massive! And we're the only people here.
So we've been using iOverlander, just the free version, to find boondocking sites on our way up. No sponsorship by it. So far it's just been working wonderful. But the last review was over a year and a half ago, and this was just a gravel lot at the time. It's fully paved, big rig friendly.
I mean, look at
full bathrooms and everything. This is nice. This is nicer than some RV parks we've stayed at.
Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no hookups, but like we don't need it. Look at this.
We are 100% noobs to boondocking, so we're still learning. Although I love that our generator fits there, and it can ride there probably the majority of all the time, but on this trip we're doing an extensive amount of boondocking.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is unhook, pull forward, pull the generator out.
And then we're going to re-hook up the truck with the generator out. Eventually we're going to just put it in there somewhere.
We're going to figure out a spot for the generator in there, and
I don't know where.
Alright. Since Jess is filming, I'm doing both of our roles.
Normally I would help in this, but you know, I kind of got my hands full.
Always chalk.
Always chalk. And
highly recommend these. Rubber chalk, they have for the grippy surface for gravel and the smooth surface for blacktop. Two things you never use as chalks, actually. These are Anderson levelers. They are not chalks.
They're not chalks.
They're used
to
level your wheels. Now don't get me wrong, when we level a side of the RV, this is the only thing on there, but we have our chalks on the other side.
Right.
But we saw an RV that was like this.
Yeah.
And that was their chalk.
Wait, let me show this. I'm not kidding. This is what we saw.
Yeah.
That is not a chalk.
Also, second thing.
And these, we will fight you on this. These are not chalks. They are not to be used as chalks, even though they are called X-Chalks.
Well, we don't have the X-Chalk brand.
Oh, well, whatever.
I forgot what brand we have. Either way, same concept. A whole bunch of companies make them.
Yes.
These just go in between your wheels. Once you're fully set up, just to help stabilize the rig.
Yes, they are for stabilization only. They are not to chalk your wheels. And they actually say specifically on the packaging that they are not to be used for chalks.
But they work excellent for stabilization.
They do. That's why we have them.
All right. So when we set up, our truck is tall. So we use this. Because when day one we bought it, at the dealership, this was on a slant, and it was max extended, and we could not get on our hitch.
We couldn't get on our hitch because our truck is too tall.
I'm sure we could get on the hitch from here. We never risk it. We always put these under the front ones.
Yep, always.
For our truck. And actually, we put them on on most that we can. But if we're just doing one-nighters, we put them on the front, call it good.
Yeah. We just saw our first moose, and it was a mama moose and a baby moose. And I like lost my mind. He started screaming, moose, 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 and I'm like, where? Trying to grab the camera. I pulled the camera out, they were gone. I saw it for probably half a second. Oh.
They're cool.
I'm so sad.
And they're huge. Never seen a moose, and they're big.
They're really big. But also, like, oh, I wish I hadn't even gone for the camera. I wish I had just, like, enjoyed the view, because that baby was so cute for the half second that I saw him.
Yeah, they were on a beeline down into the woods once they saw our truck.
Oh, so cool. So cool.
We have made it to the Yukon. We finished the Stewart-Cassiar Highway. Very nice highway. Paved most of the way. Some gravel, a few potholes, not bad at all. And proof, Yukon. And a bunch of people are putting their stickers up, so we're putting our sticker up. So if you also happen to be passing through this way, take a picture with it and tag us in it. We'd love to see it. 7 o'clock at night. Sun is still super high. Landed for our boondocking spot for the night. Maybe, for sure, gonna eat some dinner. We might continue down the road. We'll play it by ear. And we have some issues. First casualty of this trip.
Sink broke. So
how's the piping? What do you think, Jess? Easy fix?
I think so. Honestly, I think this is going to be really easy to put back together. when this is dry tomorrow, we're gonna do a test of running water, and I just want to make sure all those pipes are fine underneath. They didn't shift or.
End of day 3. Made it to the Yukon.
Fix the sink.
We thought about doing another jaunt to Whitehorse because it is like it's noon, but it's 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, look at it. It's 8 o'clock at night and it will still be this bright in 2 hours, I swear.
But we came in, found our sink broken, got that fixed. I want to let the sealant cure overnight. We're just going to make some pizzas and
Call it a day?
call this an easy day. 8.5 hours of driving is enough.
I think so.
Now hit at least a portion of the Alaskan Highway. That is the gravel.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's being repaired right now, so it's all gravel right now that we're on currently. But I don't think the rest of it's like this.
No. So we hit the gravel about 40 miles outside of Whitehorse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how long it stays gravel.
Hopefully not all the way to Haynes.
That'd be a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Haynes Junction, not Haynes. They're two different places. Some of those rocks, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my distance. I don't want to hit too many.
This is like right after David said, "Oh, the damage hasn't been too bad from rocks."
A little bit different angle with the GoPro.
So it's closer to David if you can't tell. We had an incident.
Metal rod flew off of one of the dump trucks that's hauling gravel for the highway, and we now have a cracked windshield. But thankfully, it's not cracked in front of me, so I can still drive, and it didn't spider web. So hopefully,
It could be worse.
I'm hoping we can get all the way through this trip back down to Wisconsin before I have to replace it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, we'll reevaluate. But as of right now, the only thing I can see is that like the tiny edge over here could start spidering out along my side, but at least it's not gonna spider into your vision.
Yeah.
So as long as we don't get hit in the face again, like we should be okay to make it through this trip.
But it didn't hit the front of the RV, the hood, or the front grille, so...
Right, which could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So, silver lining, I guess.
Battle scars of the Alaskan. After our broken windshield incident on the Alaskan, we continued north through the Yukon past Destruction Bay and Kluan Lake, the Yukon's largest lake. There are many beautiful turnouts and rest stops along the lake to rest and boondock if you so choose. We decided to just stop and enjoy the view and stretch our legs before we pressed onward to Alaska. The road doesn't get any easier from here. The road is mostly gravel and contains many large potholes to avoid and lots of frost heaves. Stay vigilant and take your time. It is important to note that this is one of the last areas for big rigs to pull off and boondock until just before or after the US-Canadian border. In the Yukon?
Yep.
Find our sticker and tag us. Right. Alright guys, We're crossing the border.
We're doing it.
If you can't see it probably. That's a miles per hour sign. Pearl, you're going back to miles per hour.
Oh, thank goodness.
Made it to Alaska after 550 miles and I think about a 14-hour drive day. Found this wonderful rest stop with these views. Pretty hard to beat. And let's play guess what time it is. 9:20 p.m. The sun is still way up there. Let the Alaskan adventures begin.